What's up, y'all? This is Ty, and it is time for me to review. They say it's a big rich town, 'cause I just come from the poorest part. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it. What's up? That is Power Book 2 Ghost. And shout outs, before I go any further, shout outs to my buddy June BLC. She has her own channel on here too, who contacted me and said, Ty, you better have your videos up because my brother, you were late with episode 2 of Power Book 2. And now here it is, Power Book, the episode 3 has come out and you still ain't got these reviews up. Come on, you slipping. Come on, you got to get up. So thank you for that because she said, come on, get the videos up. So here I am. All right, so shout outs to everybody else, to my peoples. Y'all know who y'all are. But let's get right into it. The Tahana boys, Shahaja, how you say that name? Anyway, Drew and Kane. The episode starts off with them collecting money, doing what they got to do, getting that money. And some fool did not have the money. Don't he know the song, Bitch Better Have My Money? He don't know that song? How you don't have the money and you know you dealing with some dangerous drug lords? What's wrong with you? He gonna say, can I, you can't do that, or can I pay you this? No. He gonna say, can I pay you? I give it to you next time. They said, you got till Friday. Kane punched him in his face, knocked him down. His nose is bleeding. They gonna kill you, man. This dude had $40. How you only have, you should have just left town. How you only have $40? You know who you dealing with? $40? Please tell me it was more than 40. Somebody tell me I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I heard him say $40. That's all he had was $40. Somebody in the comment section let me know. I hope I'm wrong on that. But if I'm correct that this dude only had $40 and was trying to pay them off with you just want to die, don't you? Anyway, that scene showed the difference between the two brothers. It shows that Kane is just, I'm going to kill you. That's it. Drew is more, we can work this out. I'm going to kill you too, but I ain't going to kill you today. I'm going to work it out with you and this and that. We going to rationalize this thing. That's what I noticed. But Kane is at all action right out the gate. So that happens, and then they get home and they see, what was his name? Lil Guapi? What was it? Did I take notes on the little boy's name? Somebody that's working with them. I think his name was Little Guapo or whatever. And Little Guapo's on the gram, fronting and carrying on, acting a fool, flossing, being foolish like they tend to do today up on social media. And he's, this doesn't sit well with them. They're like, listen, he's doing too much and this could get him connected with us. And if he gets in trouble, then what's going to happen? It's going to be tied back to our family. So Diana says, well, y'all need to tell Mom. And as she says that, in walks Monet. Tell Mom what? And let me tell you, Monet has the ultimate attitude. This lady is just angry. She is snappy. Tell me what? She wants to know, what is it that you had to tell me? And they show her that these boys are doing too much for the gram. These guys that's working for them, doing too much for the gram, carrying on, acting a fool, and it's just not going to fly. It's going to mess up business. She can't have them connect to him because she ain't like the little boy anyway. Monet, she wants Kane to handle this. But her husband, Lorenzo, said, let Drew do it. So Drew is going to do it. So as he's going to go have a conversation with Lil Guapi, whatever his name is, Monet tells Kane, follow your brother. Just don't let him know that you're there. So I knew that was going to happen because she's like, you going to handle, I trust you handling it. Drew's too nice. Drew's not going, they ain't going to listen to him. Even Drew was like, he ain't going to listen to me. But, Drew went, because Drew's the calmer head of the two. So they go in there. He goes in there. Drew goes in there to meet up with Lil Guapo, whatever his name is. He's all coked out and, hanging and flossing with his girl. I said, right, yeah, this ain't going to work. I knew right then when they showed him doing the coke and acting the fool. I said, yeah, he ain't gonna listen. So they're having the conversation. He's telling, we like your work or whatever. So he's telling, but you need to kind of calm that whole thing down with being on social media. And this fool takes his phone and while he goes live again, takes his phone and puts it in Drew's face so that Drew's on his live, so showing that they're connected. Drew slacks the phone out of his hand, and they about to go at it. Drew's reaching for his gun. He made some disparaging remarks about Monet, and as it was about to go down, here comes Kane. And now the other dude was like, oh, Kane, yeah, we were just, dealing whatever. And this you could tell upset Drew because Drew's like, why is he coming here? I had this under control. Because Drew reached for his gun. Like I told you, Drew's the type, I ain't going to just come in here guns a-blazing, but, if I got to use it, I'm going to use it. So, Kane just starts shooting up in the air, which I didn't understand. So he's shooting up in the air. And then they're running and like, why did you do that, this and that? And you see some police officers, and the police officers are like, stop. So now the brothers are running, and they hide a little bit. And Kane is ready to kill a police officer because the police officer's coming around that corner. And luckily, the other officer, who we know is banging their mom, was there. And he's like, he ends up calling that officer away like, no. Come on, let's go. They went that way. He does that whole distraction thing because he's dating Monet on the side. So he knew those were his kind of future stepsons, maybe, who knows? He knows. So he's like, no, that's my girl's. In his head, he's like, that's my girl's sons. So I can't let that happen. So they get back home. Drew is pissed about this whole thing, how this whole thing went down. And they messed up because the phone must have dropped. The cop brings the phone over to Monet, letting her know, look, this is what would have happened. You see what happened? They made a mess here. She's flipping. Like I said, Monet is upset throughout this whole episode. She's just pissed off about how things are going. She doesn't agree with her husband and how he sees fit to run things. Her daughter, Diana, wants to go to school. She doesn't believe in that. She don't want her going to school. She has this conjugal visit with her husband, Lorenzo, and they're having this conversation. I'm like, Lorenzo got mad pull. He has so much pull in here because he has everything under surveillance. And when they got that morning after pill, like they did in the last episode, they got that morning after pill to Tasha so she could give it to the other lady. They're watching Tasha and seeing what she's doing. He has people on the inside. And when they went for that conjugal visit, I thought for a minute, I said, hold up. Lorenzo home or something? Because that looked like a hotel room or something that Lorenzo had his wife in. And they're having that conversation. And he's telling her, you got to let me run this my way. And I know you think Kane is the better one, but no, I'm telling you, it should be Drew. And it was all that different banter or whatever. And he also said, you also need to let Diana go back to school. Let Diana go to school. Monet came home. She blasted Diana out about that. She's like, you've been talking to your father? She found out that Monet found out that Diana had a burner phone, another burner phone, and was calling the father. She's like, listen, this is my house, it's my rules, it's my way. She also forbid Diana from dealing with Tariq. I forgot how cold and cruel she was towards Tariq at the game. She didn't want to speak to him. She was real dry, real cold, real nasty. And let's talk about this game. Dummy Zeke, I'm calling him Zeke now. We see that, he's not playing at all. They're not playing with him. He has to get his grades up. His grades are still not where they need to be. He's still not doing what he needs to do to get up there. And the coach, and then, we see one of his players making fun of him and saying things about him. Saying that, the fans are going to not remember you. I'm taking your place and all this stuff, showing off. The coach comes in and tells him, you're not going to play. You're not even going to get to, practice with them. But you can come to the press conference and you're going to, tell the fans you'll be back, this, that, and the third. He gets in there, shows out, bragging, I'll be back at the next game. I'm coming on probation. All this is a lie. And Monet over there, yes, that's right, baby. That's right. All of this is strong and wrong because it's not what's going on. That's not what's really going to happen. And he needs to really get his grades up. But, you know, he's an idiot. I'm told you, he's really showing me that he is an idiot. Meanwhile, Tariq is making that money because he's trying to help his mama. Him and the Western boy done teamed up. They even managed, they got the stripper involved to distract the other boy who sells drugs or whatever. They managed to keep him distracted while they went on that campus and made that money. They made that money. They made that money. Let's talk about Tasha briefly. We see her in jail, and we see her getting pulled out, getting ready. She's like, what's going on? They put her in a van. She has a mock trial, so they get the glam squad up. Now, she's paying for all of this, though. McClane sets it up. They're having a mock trial. She has to pay for it. They put the glam, put her together. She looks really beautiful, looks real nice. Put her on the stand with the mock trial as a jury there, just to test the waters to see, will she be good at testifying? So they put her up there, and at first, she does a good job when McClane is cross-examining her, or examining her, you know, got her up there. But then when they bring out Tamika to cross-examine her, Tamika rips her to shreds, and the jury comes back with their mock jury, of course, but they come back and they say, guilty, 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 guilty. They believe that Tasha is the queen pin. So it's like we got our work cut out for us because they believe that you're the queen pin. You were found, all the jurors thought you were guilty. So this proved McClane correct that, listen, you cannot be on trial. You cannot testify because your testimony is going to be shaky. It's going to be a mess. They will mess you up. And we also saw McClane trying to get Tamika to join forces with him, but she said no. She said, just show me my check give me my check for doing this mock trial for you. But that's it. I don't want to be involved in this foolishness. But McClane is like, you know what? This case isn't about Tasha. This is more about Sax, and Tamika's covering something with Sax. So he's on to something. So that was very, very interesting right there. That whole mock trial and all of that was very interesting. I thought that was very, very, very interesting. So now Zeke is having a conversation. Am I missing something? I don't know. Let me check my notes, y'all. Let me see if I covered everything. Let's talk about the professors. Let's go back to school. Tariq, late again for school, comes in here, gets into this argument with the professors over Socrates. Was it Socrates this time? Yeah. And he has this discussion, and he has Lauren tells him, listen, why are you doing this? You got to play the game, bro. You know, listen, stop trying to get on his bad side. He going to fail you. Just play the game, you know, do what he says. That's that. I understood what Lauren was saying. So now they go to get their grades, and Tariq does not pass. He doesn't get credit for that paper. So the professor's like, well, I didn't do it. He tells him Professor Reynolds is the one who grades the papers. I don't grade papers. He graded the paper, and he gave you that grade or whatever. So he goes to Reynolds to find out, and Reynolds basically tell him, listen, dude, what you said in class is what you should have said on that paper, because in class, you debated him and you had your argument, your own mind, your own thoughts, and now you do the paper and you write what he wants to hear. That's why I failed you, and you're going to remain failed because you wrote what he wanted to hear and not what you felt. And he said, listen, black man, he went through that whole speech, black man, the world's against us, this and that. We got to stand out and we got to show. And I want you to stand out. I want you to be you, and you should have written that paper that way, not the way you thought we wanted it to be. So you should have been yourself. So it turns out, you know, Lauren's advice, while good, wasn't good in this scenario because Professor Reynolds was like, nah, you should have stuck to your own mindset. Now, speaking of good old Professor Reynolds. We saw last week that him and what's name was lovers, him and Professor, I don't remember her name, but you know who I'm talking about, the beautiful lady, the woman. And so now he's in his office and he's in there with a graduate student and she's throwing it at him and flirting and talking about his book and this and that. And she's like, well, you know, she's shooting her shot. And at first he turned her down. He's like, nah, you know, I can't do that. You're a student. She's like, graduate student. She's like, graduate student. Ain't no R. Kelly situation here. I'm grown. Come on. She's like flirting, flirting, flirting. He turns her down at first. Then when she goes to walk away, he closes the door and they getting it on. They're getting it on in that office. Now here's the Professor McClellan, whatever her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Here she comes going into her office and she's hearing the noise and he's in there having sex. Now you know this broke her heart because she just gave him some not too long ago. What was that, a day or two ago? She gave him some in the last episode. Now he's right in here banging out a student. So you know she's hurt. She gets up and leaves. She just gets up and leaves. The professor, she gets up and leaves. And I said, see, we're getting this story with the professors who used to be lovers and now he's banging out somebody else after he just, that was interesting. That was really, really interesting. So we go back to the dorm with Zeke. I keep calling him Zeke because I like to call him Zeke because he's dumb. But with Zeke and Monet comes over. Now Monet, she don't like Tariq. She don't ever told Diana, you don't deal with him. She told, you know, he's just to help him, and that's that. I don't want any involvement with him. So when she goes to the dorm, she's like, I thought you said you were by yourself. And he's like, I'm sorry, Auntie. I'm sorry for lying to you, but he wanted to see you. So she says, Zeke, you go wait in the car. So she has a conversation with Tariq. And Tariq shows her the money he made on campus. And he's like, listen, I could help you. My money's good. You know, I can make this, you know, he wants to be a partner. She says, so if I let you in, you know, it's my rules, whatever. They agree to an agreement. Now, she lets her husband know. Her husband calls. And then he's like, what's the weakness? Her husband calls Tasha, tells Tasha, your son will do everything that we say, and you will tell him to do what we say, or else. So I'm like, ooh, so that's where that is. So it's like they're pulling their ranks here. So this is getting in. Now it's starting to really get good. I was like, yeah, now we're going to see, because you know this thing is going to twist and turn. I said, yeah, now this is getting good. So that's all I got right there. If it's anything I missed, y'all, let me know down in the comment section. Are y'all enjoying Power Book 2? Because I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. It's getting its own voice. It's doing its own thing, and I'm liking that. And I'm here for it. You know, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm not going to compare it to the first Power. I'm just taking it for what it is, and I'm really liking it. I really am. So that's all I got for now. Thank you for watching, people. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts below, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.